Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR HALACHA. And there's a brand new halacha for you, and it is for Tuesday, the 14th day of June, the 15th day of Sivan. Today, if you followed yesterday's halacha, then today's will be a natural continuation of it, and it'll be a cinch to you. Here's the question. If I want to buy beer or whiskey, and that beer or whiskey was made in a plant where the workers were, mostly all non-Jewish, and they cooked up the beer or the whiskey and prepared it, and they weren't Jewish. So does that have a problem of Bishul Akum? It was cooked by non-Jews. If that was a problem, then you and I would not be allowed to drink the beer and the whiskey of anything made by where the non-Jewish workers cooked up the beer and or the whiskey. So don't worry, the answer is going to be that your beer and your whiskey are fine. You still have to check that they're kosher, of course, but the Bishul Akum, the fact that they were cooked by a non-Jew, won't be a problem. Because if you remember, we said that Bishul Akum, the prohibition against eating something cooked by a non-Jew, is only when it's an important food. And the non-Jew is really doing some important cooking for you. This is a food that couldn't be eaten in the raw state, and he needed to cook it up for you. And it's a very important food. It would be served on the table of a king and everything. Well, I know whiskey is a pretty important drink, and beer, not everybody says that goes up on a king's table. But the thing about beer and whiskey, like we said yesterday when we were discussing coffee, is that they are mostly liquid. And water is never going to have a problem with Bishul Akum because water can be had raw, right? You can just drink your water straight, and you don't need the cooking that the non-Jew is doing for you. Your whiskey and your beer, although they do have some processes on in the beginning, but basically when it comes into your glass, it's mostly a liquid, and that liquid is water. And since it's water, we basically say, sorry about that noise, we basically say that it's all water, mostly, and water does not have a problem of Bishul Akum. So long story short, your beer and your whiskey will be fine because they're mostly water, and Bishul Akum, the cooking of a non-Jew as a prohibition, does not apply to water liquids. Okay, thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.